Ladies
Hey,
and gentlemen,
hey, we're here.
hello. It's your buddy Admiral Teague. I'm here with my friend
And
Outlaw Bill, and we have
Outlaw,
breaking news. Breaking news. Dreadlock Biden, king of the Sea Serpent faction, will not stand and run for president again. His wife eaten last week, or I'm sorry, her wife's dragon eaten last week. She fell to her death, of course. Dreadlock Biden no longer a
that
player.
was a week before. That was the week before.
Yeah, sorry. Last week was a real drag, guys.
Last week was kind of a long
It was the longest, very
turnabout
story-heavy
event.
episode.
I mean, what we say, the best part of it was seeing they were finally pulling down the rat catchers from
yeah, it was a good. It was a joke. It was the joke in the episode was the high point of the episode. What they did do was basically this is streaming TV. In episode 4, we got this epic spectacle fight. In episode 5, they didn't just throttle down; they threw it into neutral and they just coasted. They coasted on the inertia of that fight, and very little happened.
For
it was
40 for 50 minutes. It was too long.
We did get some GMTA because after we did our show, and you can go back and listen, we didn't time code it, but we've been saying for a while that the weird eyebrowish witchy woman who talks a lot of shit to King Egon, there's no way.
No, that's Damon.
King
who's
Damon.
in Harrenhal.
Well, he's King Consort. He got corrected on. She's one of the person who made him say that. Sorry, Matt Smith. He hasn't been himself. He hasn't been cursing.
Our boy Matt Smith.
The woman he talks to at Harrenhal, where he's gone.
The show's only really good when he's cussing and killing folks.
And he hasn't cussed and killed anyone yet this season.
Yeah.
We've had one epic episode. It's just that it was everyone but him did things. In the epic episode, he's at Harrenhal.
He's been really cuckold this season, Teague.
He's basically on the character shelf. He's showing his salary. He costs about a third of probably the whole budget or something like that. He's really earning his money because he's commanding on-screen presence. And a lot of people are saying there's some sort of Tyler Durden Sixth Sense thing going on with the strange red-headed woman who gives him the nasty looks. Some people are saying, I think Mahler and also Nerdrotic said what we were saying. That they took it a step further. We were like, she's too weird to act like. What's going on with her? There's something wrong with her. There's something not right with this character. They took it a step farther, and they say they think that she's a ghost or a spirit.
Yeah.
Which would make sense because she's telling him that he's sleeping in a bed made of like dead soul wood tree or something like that. And someone's soul. So the bed is made of like wood that's like evil and haunted, and so he's having nightmares every night.
Where it has like echoes from the past All
right, so magic. It's not haunted. It's magic. But he's having these crazy kooky dreams, and she's made some reference to there's some souls like left an impression on or are in the mantra of whatever the bed can do. And homeboy, he just will not grab a blanket and sleep on the floor. He slept in his bed twice since she told him that the shit's haunted. And so he's
really comfortable sleeping in that bed.
Very comfortable. Yeah,
he never rested so well.
His wife,
he has weird dreams.
He's not exactly very much taken with his niece slash sister-in-law slash wife. She did not successfully give birth to his broccoli-headed baby. She gave some really stupid orders. It got one of her kids killed, the one he liked, I guess, because after that he's been dour and depressed. She holds the power, and she continuously is making sort of bad decisions, but she's a little more well-considered than some of the other factions. It's just that the other factions, I guess, with now that is King Aegon and his brother. King Aegon has nothing going for him. Like, King Aegon is your typical drumstick eating with the cup of wine idiot. And he always has a cup of wine. He is never sober. Ever. He's always wasted. And the later in the day it is, the more of a dick he acts like. Last week, we saw that there was a lot of evidence that he had survived the battle and that they had brought him in out of sight of people because he looks like an Iron Maiden t-shirt. I'm guessing probably, would you say Peace of Mind or Killers? Which album cover do you think he looks like? Or Peace of Mind where he has no hair?
More, I'd say Killers. I'd say
Killers. I would also say Killers. He's got that hair, right? So anyway, King Aegon II, his people called him like King Aegon the asshole or something like that. And he's like, "I'll show
he's
them."
He's the one who got burnt up, by the way.
Yeah, he's the one who got burnt up. He lost one of his children. He went absolutely bananas. He started having like a breakdown, like emotion, not like really emotionally, like a violent breakdown. He was ready to like beat up somebody over it. They caught one of the people involved, and
he beheaded.
Yeah. Well, he didn't behead him. He squashed his head in with a mace. But before he goes down there to do it, the hand of the king, Otto Hightower, nice guy. I like Otto Hightower. He's absolutely a fantastic guy. But Otto Hightower told him you should probably get some information because there was probably more than one person. And so, like, what we found out was he was only able to govern his emotions long enough to let the guy say the word rat catcher, and then he staves his head in with the mallet. So that's all he got. Rather than chase this one down, he goes, "Bill, it should be Aegon the Crispy." When we cook King Aegon II, we use a special selection of 12 herbs and spices, and we want to say hi to everybody. Josh is out there, and we're getting ready to start. If you guys could do us the wonderful favor of tweeting out that we are live, let people know that the party is going to begin in just about 3 or 4 minutes when they drop the episode. But yeah, King Aegon going to be looking like a maiden album. Something tells me this week might not be the most exciting of them yet. It might not be the most wild episode yet. But they have to start pushing forward from the absolute boredom of last week. And hello, Radioactive. How you doing, friend? It's good to see you.
Hello, Radioactive.
We're trying to get the word out. I think maybe everyone after last week, people were like, I wouldn't say it was bad. They're able to keep it interesting because these factions, these plots, they come to fruition. They haven't dropped anything yet. There's no like loose ends that we could think of. There's no obvious mistakes or self-contradictory dialogue. But after last week being really slow, I think people might realize that it's going to take them 2 weeks to ramp it back up again. And unlike the Star Wars and Star Trek shows that we watch, these catch-ups are related to the show and related to the meta of the entire series. So, like, the first 20 seconds of every catch-up is always kind of the same. It's the shit from last season. And then, like, the last 40 seconds, because it's usually just about 1 minute, they do a great job of editing together pretty much a good comprehensive view of what happened last week. And then, bang, they drop you right into this story. But we have seen that the producer count was kind of high. Did we get to 16 last week? Or was that the Acolyte?
You're thinking of that other show.
I'm thinking of the Acolyte. Yeah, we didn't. Yeah. So, yeah, we didn't count producers on this one. We should probably keep our eye out on it for this one. We know that we have to have some legacy producers on this. It might go. They could have 8 to 10 without me scoffing, but above 10 would be rough. Because deleted scenes was right when he says there are a lot of producers these days.
I don't know why you're concerned about the producers. I don't care.
Well, if you look at things like the producers, you would notice things like the shows that have a lot of producers. The names are the same on the MCU, Star Wars, and new Trek shows.
The episode 6 of season 2 has dropped.
All right, we're ready to go. Ladies and gentlemen, jump in and enjoy House of the Dragon. There is a link that will be pinned to the top of the chat in a moment in my channel, and Bill is already
should be pinned.
And also on my channel, you have a chance to vote for what you think. How do you grade House of the Dragon season 2 so far? A, B, C, or DF? I saw a lot of people voting C on my channel. I'm a little bit better than that. I'm thinking it's a B. Is the C because House of the Dragon was equally good and fell apart so bad? People still, they're like, last week was so slow. I heard some creaking on the ice.
he's got half of his face burnt.
Is that what we've decided?
You're showing the face, King Aegon's face.
Yes. There he is, Dreadlock Biden.
That was his son.
What's funny is they put two black characters together, two black male characters together, and they're about the same age. And it's like, brother, he owes you, and you can't tell if it's modern colloquial or high fantasy. And he's like, my brother. Like, it was weird. Yeah, don't be making fun of. I don't lie, says Radioactive. The one we're like the only people who missed that show.
I am so done with that show, and I'm so done with Disney.
I'm getting Disney back when the next Star Wars show drops because I had so much fun watching it with you. It was such hot garbage. It was so much fun to share it with our friends. It was so much fun to take the views.
Even if it's a Marvel show, it's gonna be dog shit.
What's funny is waiting to see how they try to adjust for it because they take away always all the wrong lessons, right? So here we go with our House of Game of Thrones theme song and our new improved title sequence, which should go a little bit further this week than last week because that's how it was explained to us. This works. Can we get a touch more volume, Outlaw?
Yeah.
What do you get paid by the decibel there, Bill?
What? Yeah, I do.
By the way, guys, we had 370 views on the Star Trek watch party last night. There were always 370 views because there were 420 bots. YouTube took back 200 views to teach me a lesson about getting bots swarmed. They felt it was so wrong what I allowed to happen without doing anything, that the only way to make it right was to take all my views away. So all you have is the views that came after the show. Sucks. But there you have it. That's why I'm so glad that I'm too profane to use AdSense. All right, now this is the new stuff they've added for this week. We saw someone's on the Iron Throne. Okay, wait, there's the rat catchers. Okay, no, we're not caught up yet. There's the Dance of the Dragons. We're getting close. So what do they do for last week? 3 dots.
This is the battle. This is the battle. Okay.
But like, what do we do to represent last week? Put like 3 dots on the tapestry because almost nothing happened.
Okay, here's the aftermath of the battle with the dragons. I guess I think these are Lannister soldiers. These are Lannister soldiers and Lannister army.
And here we go.
This is obviously Castle Rock.
Is the volume better now, Radioactive? How are you doing now? All right, that wasn't the greatest CGI, but I appreciate that they didn't try to deceive us by having it be like raining. Hey, John.
Hey, they have lions.
When they say send a raven, are these like magic ravens that can take a message, or is that their word for a human
I don't know.
on a horse?
When they send a raven, they tie a message to a raven, and it just goes. The raven knows where to fly to, and it happens so fast. It's basically a cellular phone.
I was going to say my raven's a T-Mobile. How about you?
No, my raven's AT&T.
Oh, they could. Thank you, Josh. The Ravens can go hundreds of miles in just a couple of minutes. That's very useful information. I had suspected that there were, regular Ravens that could just bring a message, but they're supersonic.
It has been an interesting week in John the Big Old Dad.
My weekend started interesting and just kept getting more interesting. It's a shame it's over.
Doesn't it always? Doesn't it always, though? I think no political candidates were shot this weekend. No, the only thing we know is that one step down and anyway, you shit on all that. No politics here.
I get that joke. Bryn the Broken, Brandon the Broken. Ha ha.
Yeah.
I remember when he first showed up, and Biden is they need a Game of Thrones meme for the end of Biden, because at the beginning he came in with that meme where people were like, for 30 years I've served this country as a statesman, a soldier, I've been in 2 wars, and they're like, sit down, Uncle Joe. Remember that meme with all
you failed at Rook's Rest there, Cole.
See, I don't know if Cole should feel bad. His army got caught in the open by dragons. It happens, man. It was horrible. It's horrible. I feel for him. But, I mean, he's got to be willing to fight to the last drop of their blood, right? If he's going to be a true bad guy. He's talking about Matt Smith.
Yeah.
By the way, there's no way we're well advised because we still haven't brought back the guy who knew what he was doing his hand to the king.
Is he I think he's pretty much acting like the hand of the king.
Oh, this guy doesn't. I don't think you need to have a hand.
His brother, yeah.
You don't need to be. You don't need to have a hand if you're king. That's a decision for. That's a decision the king makes.
His brother's the one with the burnt face, and a bad dragon.
You know what I heard about it. You know what I heard about his brother, Outlaw.
What?
You walk through the subway, his eyes burn a hole in your back. Scream for mercy! I made him. Killers behind you. See, she's showing a little bit too much interest in the factions, Dungeons and Dragons table.
Well, she's the mother. She's the mother.
I know it's her table. She's kind of using the rules of a game of House of the Dragon in her favor. She can touch the faction table and not have anything bad happens, but he's smart enough not to touch it. He's pushed his throne back a little bit. His idiot brother moved pieces around the Oh wait, no, this faction has got it on the wall, don't they? Their table is just a table. Because King Aegon, before he got killed, he went and moved some pieces on the faction table.
He's still alive.
You don't do that. Yeah, I'm sorry. Before he got cooked, before he got fried.
They showed him in bed with his face burnt. He's like Two-Faced now.
See,
half his face is burnt, and the other half's normal.
See, look, we're in Dreadlock Biden's place now, and he's just resigned, I guess. But as you can see, their table is a D&D table. The other faction, their table, they have their D&D table on the wall. They're
this
the only
is
ones
Dragonstone.
Right. He commands the largest navy. and he has the sea serpent is probably he may have a unique dragon. We keep hearing about the sea serpent, but that might just be a nickname for him. Help us out, Josh.
Oh.
Come on, you're on a roll after Brandon the Broken. You can't stop now. See, notice everyone sits down without touching the D&D table. I guess the candles are rough approximations of where the cities are.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know.
As you can see, they have little pieces that obviously get moved around. Well, no one's ever eaten off the fucking thing. You're a chick. Maybe you shouldn't go to battle, but you do have an army on an island. I mean, it could be a lot worse. It's like, I'm not crazy about lobster and stuff like that, but if we have to like live off seafood, you know, if that's the worst it's going to get, we'll be all right. What's the deal? You need genetic bond with the family to be able to use the dragon. And hello and welcome, everybody. Thanks for coming. And if you could hit like, we'd really appreciate it. All right. I'm sorry. I hope that they move on from this pretty quick because this is almost like Dallas. It's like, it turns out Jock Ewing had another son, Outlaw Bill. It's like, gosh, we're fresh out of Dragon Riders. No. You can't get to the royalty. We'll bring the royalty to you. Turns out your father's father's father was a bastard of a bastard. And now this guy's set and he can ride dragons and he's taking it. Sir Stefan is
dragons. Dragons, it means you have some form of huge power within the 7.
Yeah, he's leveled up. He's leveled up. He's gonna have a say in this kingdom from now on. The thing is, he has to risk the dragon rejecting him, and that could go a number of different ways. I mean, these dragons, they don't think at all about human lives outside their rider. We've seen how hard it is for them to fly. We've seen them bottom out and crush dozens of people.
Here's Damien. Will he leave Harrenhal? Hopefully, does.
Is he going to see? Now, let's see if this scene has an interaction with the weirdo woman, and if the scene works without her in it anyway. Like, does he say anything that gets answered in a tangible way? If he's just staring into thin air until the other people show up, does it still make sense?
He's seen the throne, so he's
tripping again.
He's having visions of King's Landing.
Oh, they're gonna have a Masters of the Air side quest story.
This is the throne room. This is the throne room in King's Landing.
Right, he's seeing a different place. Is he seeing his grandfather?
No, he's seeing his brother.
Oh, his brother, who was the husband of his wife. Right.
No,
was he all right? Was he also an Aegon? Here he is.
Yes, he was Aegon. Yes, he was Aegon the First, and then
right. That's why. Hey, Jonathan Davis, good to see you, man. I'm so glad. You know what? This episode is better than last week's already. We have some conflict, and Matt Smith he's just full on tripping in Harrenhal.
He's telling him to return to Runestone.
Okay, so Harrenhal is the Overlook Hotel, guys. It's The Shining whenever you're there.
It is because it's severely haunted. I like how a ghost tells him, "Get out of Harrenhal. You're pretty much fucked here."
Even the ghosts don't like you. It's like the world's most massive face palm by the king. And thank you all so much for joining me.
Yes, thank you for joining us.
And yes, us, my good friend Outlaw Bill.
I'm the one presenting the watch along for those who don't have Max.
All hell, Outlaw Bill. Yeah, I was getting ready to buy it. But I couldn't find you earlier.
Well, no, I had my internet got wiped out by the storm here.
Ah, yeah, I didn't realize. Sometimes I forget that the weather here isn't the weather everywhere. Yeah. Like, for instance, much like Zack Snyder, I think it's dark out everywhere when the sun goes down here. Hey, Outlaw Bill, did you know that only those who've never seen the sunrise...
You're missing great Damian here, you know. He's about to kill somebody, cut somebody's tongue out.
I don't know if this is really happening yet.
Curse.
I still think in a minute he's going to wake up in that weird bedroom screaming.
No, this guy's real, dude. He's out of here.
This is the smartest movies made. Get the fuck out of Harrenhal.
Take your dragon and go.
Exactly. Just get out of there. This place sucks.
See, there's the weirwood tree right there. And there's that weird woman.
Of course, we see this chick.
She's a ghost. She's
some kind of ghost or spirit. It would make it easy if he just killed her.
Wow, you're not the player. You're a piece on the board.
He took it with no... he bounced right off him, though. He's pretty tough. This lady's got brass ones talking to the king like this. No, he might not be king in this. He's off his turf.
He's Damien.
He's the. They went through that last week. He's king consort by virtue of being married. I don't know why he takes her shit. Yeah, Jonathan. It is related to Game of Thrones, but they're what are we 200 years before? A few generations back.
Yeah, something like that.
As you can see, the Targaryen and Lannisters play into this week's story. The casting changes to change people's ages for the time hop were mercurial. Yeah. People who were going to die right away didn't get recast because there was no point. One guy was supposed to be 30 and the actor was like 13. It was silly. But the scene was still good when the dragons fought. She is creepy as shit.
She's a witch.
She's a witch or a ghost or both. Ghost of a witch. Yeah. Somebody burned a Bible over the bones of a black cat. She is fucking bad news. I wouldn't listen to shit she said. I'd also try to take a +1 sword to her weird ass.
But she said she's an owl. She said she's an owl, and she has an owl, so.
She has what we would call a familiar under some terms of witchcraft.
What?
A familiar is an animal that does the witch's bidding like a black cat.
So we're getting, what is this? Why are they singing? The
power of man.
No, not that.
Thank you. Josh Street filled us in with the sea serpent is a nickname. It's like he got it for destroying so many pirate ships when he was young, making money. That would be Dreadlock Biden. Touching the D&D table has screwed the greens. Guys, I noticed this about 5 episodes, like in the first episode of this season. If you touch the D&D table, something bad happened. And then like 2 weeks ago, something bad happened again. So yeah, people are being careful not to touch it. If you touch it reverently, maybe you get away with it. But if you like move pieces around like willy-nilly or yell while you're touching it,
I think there's going to be there's a dragon here. Because these guys there's dragon handlers there.
That's what they're doing. They're trying to get him ready to see if he can do the 5G bond with the dragon. Guys, you've got a Bluetooth tether to your dragon. Only way to put it. And you need a certain family provenance.
This is a bigger dragon than Damon's. What the dragon's name is fucking Vagar.
Melius was Dreadlock Biden's wife, Jill Dreadlock Biden's dragon. It's like, what did you have to do wrong to end up a dragon keeper? None of them have hair. I'm guessing it got burned off. All of them look scorched a little bit. All their clothes are scorched.
So, okay, if the dragon doesn't choose this guy, the dragon's gonna burn him or eat him.
Yeah. Oh, if you fuck this up, you get killed. Yeah, it's been pretty obvious. The dragon seems like that's not quite sure what it's going to do. And the queen is standing well back into the side. And Ray Palpatine's like, go right ahead.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Come on.
The dragon is giving some indication it might want to be like scratched behind the ear.
Right now, he's currently submitting to this guy.
But he's got to go over there. He's got to pull off getting on the dragon for that first time. But this is a very good scene.
This guy's too afraid. He's going to burn him or eat.
This is a good scene. The thing is, we already found out he's tenuous. I don't think he's gonna pull it off because we heard his relationship to this family is kind of tenuous, and the dragon's mulling it over. It's like the dragon's doing a DNA scan. It's like only 15%. I don't know. Oh, he can feel the mental bond.
Overconfident. He's not worthy. He's not worthy.
Very close.
Not worthy.
If he had just stayed calm. Oh, self-deletion. Oh, because he's on fire and it's so horrible. And the other guy's like, Instead of helping them out by deleting them, they're just running away. Oh God! Like even the move by the one guy who wanted to delete himself didn't work out so great.
That was fucking
That was
awesome.
horrific.
That was awesome.
It was off the chain, ladies and gentlemen.
He was not worthy, so he got burnt the hell up.
He really took a beating, guys. I was right. You should have bought him a dragon treat. Exactly. He's not Laner. He's no Laner Valerian. Yeah, we had said he had a suspect claim to this one. He doesn't have the dragon until Dany hatched her eggs. White House Targaryen doesn't have dragons. Okay, got it. Right. They tried to, but what happened, like as happens so often to me, was the Bluetooth wouldn't sync up. I don't think that Dreadlock Biden could handle a debate head to head with someone like Prince Damon, King Damon, whatever you want to call him, Matt Smith. He couldn't pull it off.
So far, it looks like the poll on your channel, most have voted A, 33%. 25% is B, and 25% a C, and then 17% a DF.
Yeah, the season so far, not everybody thrilled with it. Apparently, last season was a little better. But I love this radio. He says radio. He should have had Teague with him singing his favorite song from Bill's favorite Star Wars show. To which Rudy Active replies, "Yep, the power of one.
Star Wars is dead.
The power of two." That weird wannabe Bond music song they had at the end there was terrible. At the end of that one of those episodes. That did not go well with that other dragon. We're going to have to wait till your kids grow up, but you just saw what it did to people it doesn't like. So I guess adoption doesn't work in this world.
Okay, these are, I don't know, this is too much exposition here because you got people in the scene, actors we don't care about. They're nobodies. I don't know what they're doing in here. What the hell's going on?
You know what? It's at times like this I'm reminded of George Lucas's.
I think this is in Flea Bottom here at King's Landing.
I believe you're right, and I'm gonna say, this is it just goes to show what George Lucas said is true. Like when we
George
don't
Lucas
do a story right,
got shit to do with this shit.
I know that, but as filmmaking goes, perhaps those actors are in the back because you would need them to be there. Because if you do things too cheaply and too by the things too by the seat of the pants, what he likes to say is, if I make a mistake, you might not notice it, but your brain will, and sooner or later it will build up and break the believability. Now, Acolyte did that in 25 seconds. But what we've had here is last week was slow. They're aware of it. We had a human barbecue this week to speed things up a little. But it's still, this is not exactly a barnyard stomp dance.
Ooh, she got slapped the fuck out.
This seems to have frozen on my Cosmic. Here we go. It's pixelated, but it's coming back. Anybody who could watch on two devices would be helping me out and helping Jedi out. I'm sorry, Outlaw out. Because these watch parties are not easy to bring to you, and we take a real beating on the engagement. YouTube doesn't give a shit if you're listening to us unless the browser's open.
Yeah.
So if you can help us out, we would appreciate it very much. But hey, if you can't, that's cool too. But I would have liked to have done a little better than 5 views, 5 likes for the 91 views. I appreciate everybody being here, though. That's cool. Either one of us is good enough.
They're trying to find out another. They want a rider for that dragon because that's another weapon.
That's really nice of you, Josh. What I more meant was anybody watching the episode, whoever you sub to, me or Bill, just preserve our view by watching us on another device because we don't get a view. That's more what I meant. Not that you should watch both of us.
You guys can watch us. You guys can watch us from your cell phone. If you have a smartphone, you can watch us from the cell phone or a tablet.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be both of us though. Either one of us is fine. Just share the. Oh, some people popped out of the theater to help us out. You guys are always great. Our view duration is only like 49 seconds on this one because so many people piled into the theater. What can I tell you? It's not one of those really snappy episodes that's going to draw 600 people to the theater and have 15 concurrents. So anyone who could help me out, it would be appreciated. We'll have a bigger episode in about 2 episodes because they are going by the streaming rule where we went. Episode 4 was great. Episode 5 was a drag. Now in episode 6, we've picked it up a little bit. I mean, the human barbecue can't be underrated, but it's slow. But we that was 1, it was cool.
Well, this 2, is already funny. Better. This is already better than last week, Steve.
It's already better than last week because we were laughing. And yes, we have people highlighting the dragon kill in the theater. We have the dragon kill. There it is.
Oh, here comes sheep for the dragon.
This is one of the things. It's like a real-time strategy game. And it's starting to really wear on the people. But we've set this up for a while now that we have to keep feeding these dragons or we're going to be outclassed in war. And, the macroeconomic turn is guns and butter or resource management. Have you guys ever heard of fishing? Wow! Oh no, we're finding out that the sober brother, he's just as stupid. It's just that he doesn't seem as dumb because he's a sex addict instead of a drunk. So instead of saying dumb shit all the time, he's just crying at the brothel.
This is not the brothel.
No. He's not at the brothel crying now. I'm just saying in general. Rather than being drunk all the time, every once in a while he heads to that brothel and just cries.
There's the map in the background.
Right. Westeros. This is their faction's map.
Yeah.
They're the only faction that has a regular map. Finally, the first smart movie made. He's like, I got to bring back Otto, which is honestly, he's the smartest person in this world.
He's a Targaryen. Of course he's going to be strong. The fucking bastards are hard to kill.
If he hadn't have been caught by his brother.
My God. Look at those burns.
I picked the wrong time to snack on pizza.
Oh, look at the skin being peeled off of our King Aegon.
Like an eagle fly, touch the sun.
He's a crispy critter, that Aegon.
Oh, he's got 12 herbs and spices.
Oh, he's like, oh shit, my brother's here. Is he gonna finish me off?
He would have finished him off if one of this guy's loyalists hadn't have been there. Was it Corbin or Corlin, whatever his name is? Kristen. I knew he was going to pull this punk move. He's pushing down on the burned flesh.
Yeah.
I don't know. He was looking like he was good. Oh, he doesn't remember that his brother fucked him over.
Yeah. No, he's.
All right, listen.
He was asking him what he remembered of that whole fight, dragon fight.
Yeah, and he's at least smart enough to say he didn't remember. Whether he remembers or not, we don't know. But he's smart. That's the only line you can say that will keep you alive. But we did have some really, really fun stuff in this episode. With that that sequence where they tried to get this guy hooked up with the dragon, he was like just a little bit shy of the DNA count. His midichlorian count was too low, huh, Outlaw?
He was not worthy of a dragon. That's why he got burnt the hell up. Oh, this girl already has a son with the other
guys. This show, one of the things we need to kind of understand here is that we have some bizarre DEI where we're talking about how she's coming across the battlefield.
No, these are dead sheep where the dragon has been feeding. A dragon has been feeding.
Okay.
Oh,
this one faction is a little bit of a
baby dragon.
This one faction is a little bit of a problem because we're being told that they've got like an inbreeding problem, but half of them are black and half of them are white, and they're like, seems to me like their DNA is diverse enough. It was done for like DEI reasons, I guess. Six likes is great. It'd be great if we could get to 10. Help me out, guys. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
Okay, so she's at the Vale, and that's where she saw a field of burnt livestock. And so there is a big ass dragon in the Vale.
We saw the size of the burn mark it left behind when it destroyed these sheep.
It was eating it. It was eating the sheep and whatever livestock.
Right. Well, I'm assuming what it did first was like ash struck them.
That's what a dragon does. It wants ash and it eats the
burns. They eat ash. They don't eat the sheep live.
Well, it might eat the sheep live. I don't know, but it does it likes to cook its food. This guy's shaving his head.
Yeah, like I figured
straight razor.
Just, air strikes him, and
this is the son. That guy there is the son of Dreadlock Binding. There, Dreadlock Binding Jr.
That's Hunter.
That's Dreadlock Binding Jr. Yes,
his name is Hunter.
That's Dreadlock Biden Jr.
Hunter Dreadlock Biden is his name. All right.
He's shaving his hair. He's shaving his hair because he wants a shaved head.
Where's his laptop?
Because he's a half bastard. He's a half a bastard.
Where's his laptop?
Laptops are known as the maesters. So they would be the guys with the robes and all the chains.
They're wizard-like.
Yes. He has no maester around him. Just whoever this guy is.
Like, this episode knew it wasn't going to be great, so they gave us that great joke up front. They red herringed us perfectly with this guy. Like, And he's like, my life just changed. I've leveled up in Westeros. And they're like, yep, you're going to be able to ride the dragon. It's going to be great. And like Bill was pretty sure the dragon was going to submit. It looked like the dragon was ready to kind of work with him.
It was, and it's like, no, that guy was too. He was too afraid. He was too afraid. You have to have
timid.
You have to have like confidence. You have to have confidence in yourself. You know, if you don't have confidence in yourself, the dragon's gonna toast your ass.
What I'm getting here, not that it really matters, is if he had stood his ground and continued to kind of concentrate on the dragon, he's okay. If he advances to the dragon and mounts it, he's okay. But walking halfway there and then starting to doubt shit, that's going to piss the dragon off. And that was his mistake from what we could see.
Yeah, he basically not worthy. It's like,
and the one guy was like,
he was like, sorry, bro, you ain't going to ride. You ain't going to get on my back. And the
one dragon handler, the one dragon handler who was closest to him had seen that before. He pulls out a kniff and tries to knut his throat. And he fucks it up. He doesn't even do that right because he's still thrashing around on fire. It was a horror story, ladies and gentlemen, but it was very funny. It was dark humor. What can I tell you?
Sorry, unlike Beetlejuice, when you call Damon 3 times, he does not come.
He's not a magical.
Wait a minute. Maybe he will come because he's on his way to somewhere.
The one thing that they've done with this is that I do approve of. We've had the subtitles on the whole time. Is that they have not put anything that only the actors should do into the subtitles, which is the way it should be done. Like, it's insulting when the subtitles say scoffs. That is an acting move. That's from now I realize it's from the script, but it's the actor's job to get that across. That's not even deaf people don't need something that you get a visual cue on. Scoffing is something an actor does.
Oh, you're making reference to that other show again.
Well, no, every single show, honestly, New Trek and that other show did it a lot. That other show was the first time in a long time Disney didn't have scoffs on screen. I don't remember it from that show.
Oh, here we go. He has arrived. It looks like.
This has got to be the beginning of our final act of this episode here. This is not going to be another one. This is another one we're not going to watch twice in a row. Episode 4, we watched twice in a row. It was really good.
We're only 44 minutes into this one, and this one's at...
It could end right now, and I'd be fine.
No, it's got a while longer. It's a little longer, this.
I would hope that they then will start to populate this with a little more events. Although, I mean, this is cool.
Here comes Damon to the place he was going.
I'm trying to read what Josh's thing is. Is that like one of the Stark sigils or something, or the Targaryen sigil, or is it the Eye of Thundera? I can't tell.
No, that was the dragons. That was a dragon. Okay. That's a Targaryen symbol.
I thought so. That was one of my guesses.
That's what Josh's symbol is. It's a Targaryen symbol.
George R.R. Martin was in the press complaining about it this week. They got one of the sigils wrong in the show. This is just such a great feeling. It reminds me of when I was married and got sick. Like your whole family just kind of got their fingers crossed, hoping you're going to die.
See, that a maester, the guy with the robe and the chains, he's the laptop. He's the computer because he has all knowledge and knows all.
You do a little bit of wizarding too, right?
Well, to some extent.
Certainly, if anybody's going to have not the cure for it, but maybe some kind of pain relieving salve or anything that's going to help out our pal here who got crispy-fied, it's going to be one of the maesters. Maester of the house.
Well, he'll probably fetch more milk of the puppy, which is like Westeros version of what do they call that stuff? The stuff that we get when we're injured in war.
Opium?
No,
Opiates?
not opium. No, dumbass. No,
heroin?
No, dummy. Stop being stupid. Stop insulting everybody's intelligence.
That is actually how they invented it. Like it was for like the Civil War. That's where opiates come from.
Morphine.
That's
Milk of the poppy is Westeros version of
the
morphine.
poppy.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Shut up, man. You got it wrong, T. You got it all wrong.
While this isn't the most exciting episode, they're unfolding some information enough, and their world doesn't look cheap and shitty like the world of Rings of Power. Coming in August. You ready for that one, Bill?
No, because I haven't even watched. That would mean I would have to actively watch season 1.
No, you don't. None of it made sense. It's Star Trek Discovery. Rings of Power is the Star Trek Discovery team, the geniuses who bought you that great show.
Isn't Picard worse?
It depends on the season. All Star Trek Discovery is like the worst show ever. All Picard
is I heard because Mikey Burnham, whatever.
But the thing is, Picard is a terrible show. But it's like it's served to you on like a silver platter. It's like, here's a heaping pile of shit. It's just like, oh God, nothing about this is Star Trek. And then people just start getting upset and butthurt about it. They're like, but we saw the NX-01. And it's like, yeah, in a scene that made no sense. But we saw it. The guy in the suit did the thing. So I guess, once again, we can't be part of the problem here. We have to accept slower episodes. They gave us that guy on fire. That has to be enough of a laugh. They should not have used the word salubrious because I don't know what it means and I'm annoyed now.
Look at this guy's sigil. It's got basically a phallical symbol on his
I think
armor.
It's a high tower. I think it's a tower with a star over it. I think it's the high tower symbol. I think. That's a guess.
I don't know.
Well, we're seeking out Otto Hightower because we need someone who doesn't suck at being Hand of the King.
Yeah, you're right. It's a high tower.
Yeah, somehow I pulled it off.
And their colors are green, I guess.
Well, I have a feeling that the high towers are going to morph.
She's always wearing green. She's always wearing green.
And their flags are green.
Yeah. Here's another Targaryen.
What is the green faction in Game of Thrones? Is that Stark?
What?
Who wears green in House of the Dragon? In Game of Thrones, Pedro Pascal's character did.
No, you're wrong. You're way wrong.
You did in the scene where he gets killed. Are those little dragons? Boy, they start out small.
No, those are crickets.
Oh, is that how he feeds the little dragons?
So something's happening.
Well, we have heard that there's been hunger.
People are rioting over food. Oh my gosh, they're rioting over food. It's a great food riot of Westeros. Whatever city this is, I don't know.
Welcome, Monsieur. Sit yourself down. Meet the very best innkeeper in town. I mean,
this is in the streets of Crimsoning.
At least now we know the situation's pretty clear that the Seven Kingdoms, some of them are under great stress. Oh, they're telling the Queen to get out.
Danger is coming because I think somebody with a dragon is coming.
No, the people are rioting. They want her head.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Your Highness, the peasants are revolting. Boy, you're telling me. No, I mean they're revolting. What?
Oh, they threw shit at her or something.
They hate her. Oh, she's getting roundly rejected by her people. Oh, they just pulled an Obi-Wan on that guy. She is the worst tactician ever. Her people are trying to kill her, so she tells her guards not to fight back. They get swarmed, and they look like they're going to die, and she's ends up trapped.
The people are starving. They're rioting. A man in armor getting kicked and beaten. Oh my God! Mass hysteria. Cats and dogs living together.
What we need is a guy like Prince David to make Westeros great again. Look at this. In King's Landing, we've got crime like you wouldn't believe.
You know, just because they're in a carriage, they could burn the carriage.
Yeah, this wasn't the most frantic run out of town, but it was pretty frantic.
Wait, did she get cut? She did get cut.
It's the blood from the guy whose arm was cut off.
No, her arm's cut, dummy.
Yeah, I saw it after I said it. I noticed that the fabric was slashed, but I think it was on the backstroke of the blood that took the guy's arm off. Because no one had swords but her guys.
See, here's that's Milk of the Poppy.
I had this T-shirt. I had King Aegon 1986 World Tour.
He wants the milk of the poppy. He needs his morphine, He's in pain. All them burns.
See, this guy is like is this guy trying to switch allegiances, or is he trying to milk a performance out of this guy so that he can get him to?
No, I think he's on his side. I don't know. He's on his own side, probably.
This guy started out as the advisor to Aegon. He replaced the Hand. We've heard about this guy. They mentioned the guy with the messed up foot a couple of times.
He's the great betrayer, the great deceiver. Give him his milk of the poppy.
Why? He's trying to get him to delete himself. I think the last thing he's going to tell him is, by the way, if you drink the whole thing, you might not wake up. We can see his flesh is roasted black in a couple of places, like carbonized. We've got two things going on here, to be honest with you. He's detoxing off the booze.
Eerie sounds. Okay, what's going on?
And he's detoxing off the poppy milk, or whatever it's called.
Wait, he's back in Harrenhal because he's seen Ghost again. Man, you were about to leave and you didn't leave.
Maybe he brought Harrenhal with him. You know what I mean? Maybe he's tripping still, or maybe he only thought he left. That's the thing about too many dream sequences. Is he in a dream within a dream? Did he come out of enough dreams to get back to reality? That's the problem with dream sequences. They're really hard to manage. With the weird ambience and everything, I'm not sure this is real. Aegon the Crispy, first of his name.
Oh, see, this is the future. It's seeing his daughter dead. So this is like a vision of the future.
Is he comforting himself then? Was that?
See, he was having a vision of the future, a possible outcome.
We have to ask ourselves if he ever left.
Well, he was about to, and somebody stopped him.
We don't know if anyone stopped him. He did talk to that weird witch lady that we're sus about.
No, I seriously think he was about to leave, and then that witch lady.
I had thought that he had spent some time outside of here. I thought he actually got on his dragon and got the fuck out, but no.
His mind's gone.
The last best hope for Westeros just goes down because he's an ectoplasm junkie.
See, he needs to leave Harrenhal.
Yes.
He's prison. He's like prison there.
And everyone who's watching on 2 devices, I thank you very much. There's only a few of you, but it's making a difference. Oh, the Mike Cosme froze. Shit. Why was the dragon starting to attack? Oh boy. Are there some dragons just out there in the wild, or is he being like menaced by another faction? Oh, is that it? Sea smoke is drawn to him?
Oh, you're toast.
Unless the dragon wants to hang out with him, so to speak. Yeah, dragon landings are always kind of just a crash landing.
I think this is the same dragon that they were looking for a rider.
Yeah, I think it may have just slipped free. After that display, they just ran away. They couldn't stop it. And this guy has got a better claim to be its rider or something. It's like 5G syncs to him. That is Lanor Valerian. Thank you.
The dragon actively sought out this guy. It's like, this guy make me worthy. Let me go do a final test.
So it is like How to Train Your Dragon. You don't choose your dragon chooses you.
Yeah, your dragon chooses you.
Radioactive's got it. Lanor Valerian has been selected for Top Gun training. It's like achievement unlocked, Top Gun. All right. All you have is dragon food. All right, so Josh is telling us what I was speculating here. That I made a joke about midichlorians, but I meant it. Your Valerian blood calls the dragon to you. Well, 99% of the time. The other 1%, it's feeding it day after day until it says you're my rider. Oh, okay. So really, like that's why she's got.
Well,
her kids
you also you can't be like that one guy who was terrified to get on.
Yourself. Yeah. He wasn't terrified. Let me. This is how I saw it, and we're just talking about our feelings in this room here anyway. So we can take a minute here, and she's being pretty fucking cavalier about the D&D table, but that's me. He wasn't terrified. He respected what was going on. He's approaching this amazingly, incredibly rendered dragon. It was good CGI, not the greatest, but good. You could tell what it was, but it looked great. I've always had a weird feeling towards CGI personally, but whatever. Like he made one decision that he was going to like walk towards it, And then like the actor did a good job. It seemed like he because he said, "I've got this," or something like that. And it looked like what he was trying to do was take a moment to steady and center himself and the dragon. But what happened was it was too quick of a change of gears for the dragon. At that point, he realizes he's blown it. He opens up his eyes like, "Oh, fuck." The thing bathes him and the guy next to him in fire. The guy next to him canuts his cannote.
What the hell? Is there some weird scissoring shit going on? What the hell? What the hell's going on?
If you're watching on 2 devices, you might want to watch the hot action on both. I mean, we could take.
Women. What the hell? Really?
Well, it's women kissing, so I'm not. You haven't driven me away yet. I mean, this is why I go to Pornhub, right?
Yeah. What?
We have sort of an Asian woman and sort of a like one white blonde MILF and Asian hottie first timer amateur would be the label I would put on this. Oh my god. He didn't quite catch them, but they're not too sure yet.
That's the name of the dragon, Sea Smoke.
Yes. Josh was ahead of you on that.
Yeah. Thank you, Josh.
Sea Smoke knows who his rider's going to be.
Yeah.
And he's just like, she's like, how do girls say cock block? You vag blocked me? You blunted my, you rock papered my scissors, you fuck. So we're going to try this again.
This is her dragon.
We saw how wonderfully this went last time someone tried to pull this off. See? The dragons usually
This is her dragon, though.
Okay.
She's always had a dragon.
Thank you.
She's always had her own dragon.
I like how the dragon had to drop the fly. I'm not watching how we made this episode this week. Get the fuck out of here. The dragons are ungainly flyers. It's always shown that way. And I like the way they take, like when they take off from the ground, they got to run for a while. And so usually a lot of people get killed. Let's show the takeoff sequence again. That was the meat of that was the cum shot of this episode, her flying out of there. The dragon, like a lot, and there are birds like this. Birds that can't take off, they have to drop for their wings to kick in. So the dragon, it's like it's hopping its way to the edge of the cave, and then it just like builds up enough velocity to pop out its wings, and just barely has enough going for it to not crash into the ocean. Like its wingtip skims it. Dragons get up to the scissor side of the force is the pathway to many abilities. Exactly, radioactive. Exactly.
Didn't you want to count your producers?
There's 12, 14, 15.
No!
These have to be the cast. This is a cast. That was the cast. They're doing the producers last, or we missed them up front.
No, they didn't do them.
Yeah, they're usually at the end of this show. If I remember correctly. So an amazingly large technical crew. They put a small town to work. That's good, right? I want to thank Catherine Aspinall and Kate Collis, Monaco Prado, Simon Brindle, and Tim Lewis, random people whose names I picked out of the credits to credit. Congratulations to you, Mick Dent, Clementine Donnell, William O'Toole. All these people are some of the hundreds of names. You can see here how entertainment is good for the economy. Look at all these jobs it created. This is like a small city. We missed the producers. They were up front. That's on me, guys. My bad. We'll have a chance next week. It was pretty slow, but it wasn't insufferable. We had a comic moment that was gruesome. We had a dramatic moment that was really good. Oh, you don't think that the dragon torching the guy was a comic moment?
Here, I gotta play the preview.
Play the preview of next week. Don't play the writers filleting themselves. I don't care how they got this week together. Like last week, it wasn't anything that we really. It's like we already know. Like somebody spent a long time rendering that dragon. So here we go on the next House of the Dragon. Go back to the theater. Run, guys, run. We understand. We thank everyone who's bothered to leave a like, by the way.
They're doing a preview here.
Yeah, we're going to get like a decent next week. And if we could get a few more likes, that would be awesome. I'd love that. 20 votes. That was very helpful.
Destin Tiger, this show is so boring, really? Well, that's your opinion, pal.
Josh, no, this was not the most exciting episode. It was just, it beats last week.
No.
Hands down, last week was
Destin
the most
Tiger
boring.
thinks this show is boring.
The last 2 episodes have not been exciting. What happens is we laid down the reasons why we're going to go to war from every faction's point of view, and then we have the payoff battle. All I can say to you guys is the reasons we go to war make sense. The payoff battles are long enough, and they don't cheat us. So they do it in good faith so far. If they break that faith, we'll be the first to call them out.
See, yeah, the black guy on the beach, that dragon smoke shadow, chose that black guy.
Sea Smoke.
Yeah, Sea Smoke.
He chose Hunter Dreadlock Biden. Yeah, Hightower is one of the factions. I think
there's only 2 more episodes. Only 2 left.
That means next week we're going to build up to something really big, and then we'll get the first half of something huge. So we had a season where we were at war where there was really no true battle, just an air raid on the army.
That was a battle. That dragon battle was pretty, you know.
What I'm saying is there was no battle of armies. We put an army on the field that was going to war.
Well, you did, but you didn't see it.
It got jacked by the dragons.
Yeah.
There were 2 off-screen battles. There were 2 off-screen battles. One, we see all the dead people at the end, and they're just like, we find out there's been a huge battle, and that two factions are breaking loose against each other, and that's setting everyone else on edge, and that sets the stage for more confrontation. So here we go. Here, this is how we made this one. I don't care.
If you don't want to watch, I can stop it.
It's up to you. I don't think there's anything either. Here's my feeling. What are they going to say? It's like, we wrote good dialogue. You did. I guess if they missed anything, we'll find out here. We might as well watch it.
It's not that long.
He's right. Aemond is the most interesting character. I didn't think he was driven by cold rationality, though. I thought he was a sociopath who was a little irresponsible. I guess that's coldly rational. We see what great actors some of these people are out of character when they're totally different. There's a reason why we never see Dreadlock Biden. I wonder if maybe like something like some of these actors were woke as fuck, so they just didn't use the interviews, because no one has said anything objectionable or crazy in any of these interviews. Have you noticed that, Bill? Like the actors who usually say the craziest shit. Battle of House Blackwood and Brackens, says Josh Street, and I think that's the battle we didn't see. At the end of Duxendale and the Battle of Rook's Rest, with Aegon becoming Aegon the Crispy, the first of his name. He's original recipe. The first
Rhaenyra wasn't gay in the book. Well, yeah, they changed stuff for modern audiences.
We also have a faction that has half of them are black, half of them are white, and they're like, we don't have enough DNA to pull off this intermarriage, but we're going to do it anyway.
I like what
the fuck?
Crispy, the first of his name.
Yes, he's the original recipe. The Colonel's original blue ribbon recipe. She tries to put this guy's out of paycheck, but he gets to be the most spectacular death we've seen on this show. Where are the Asian Targaryens? The ones who are slightly Native American might count radioactive, to be honest. We have some like Native American looking ones. They might be like Inuit. I couldn't tell. The showrunner is really with it and knows exactly what his vision is. It's the show's second writers who usually say dumb shit. But this week, writer number 2 is really good.
I don't agree with what you said, Teague, but
this week the second writer is a little more with it. And by the way, we would never see this from Disney because the showrunner, and this week's show co-writer are white men. I'm just going to say it. We would never see that on Disney. That's why this guy's trying to play King Aegon. It's because he thought he was going to be the hand of the king, and they recalled Otto. This actor is the smartest person of anyone in the interviews and totally different from his character.
Yeah, I don't know what this was.
We're explaining what's going on during a lot of these dream sequences because there was a long sequence of time in this episode between the time Matt Smith goes into that dream, we step away and deal with other parties, and then we're not sure if he's waking up and gone back to sleep or everything that's going on. Some of this episode is in doubt as far as what happened. There's our somewhat Asian people. They had them kiss just because there was nothing else going on in this episode. What do you think, Bill?
I think there's a lot going on in this episode.
No, there's a lot of plot going on in this episode, but there wasn't like a lot of excitement. There was 2 action scenes.
Well,
this one was good.
It was better than. It wasn't
last week was really bad.
It was better paced than last week's episode.
Yeah, we predicted that, and we were right. We said they couldn't do that twice in a row. This isn't that other network that we don't like to watch anymore. Well, everybody, let's take a look at how people rated the episode. We got 22 votes on my channel poll and 7 likes. If some of you could hit the like, it would be great. Appreciate all of you coming by, though. Let's see. So, how would you grade House of the Dragon Season 2 so far? We had 22 votes, but something seems to be happening as we close out the poll. Not sure what's going on. Hey, Destin Tiger, good to see you.
What? Destin Tiger, 1 out of 10. He doesn't like it as much as we do. That's fine. You don't have to.
You don't have to love it.
I like it more. I like it a little bit more.
This episode was imperfect. I'm ready to be
I
slightly
give
critical
it
of
an
it.
8 out of 10.
Let me think on that for a minute.
Yeah. Okay.
All
Well,
right, guys. Do me a favor, Bill. We've had a couple of glitches, and now the numbers are retabulating. It's weird. No, the numbers are up there now. That's those are the numbers after I took it out. This is how they originally came in. How do you grade House of the Dragon so far? And ladies and gentlemen, an unprecedented first. Unprecedented first. Biden has not won the channel poll. Breaking news, breaking Admiralty news. Biden did not win this week's poll. Biden did not win this week's poll. The winner of this week's poll, for some reason, Harris, 238%. Hillary, 46%. The first time on the poll for either of them. Bill, anything to say about that? Shocking, huh? Or maybe not.
No, but I have to say that I got to be going because I got some things to do. So
no problem. 45%.
Be excellent to each other. Party on. Thank you for being here tonight.
Very quickly, 45% A, 22% C, 22% DF. I'm sorry. 22% B, 22% C, D and F 9%. I'm going to give this one a B, and out of a 1 to 10, I'll give it a 6. It wasn't great, but we spun our wheels a little bit this week, a little too much after 2 slow episodes in a row. And hey, PDB, yes, Harris of the Dragon. Exactly. Yeah, stunning upset for Let's Go Brandon. Yes, the faction leader that everyone is charmed by. We love you all. We thank you for being here. We mourn the end. The Acolyte. We might find something bad to watch.
That show is over. Well, I wish you would stop.
We'll find something else bad to watch soon, folks. Don't worry. It's out there, the bad entertainment. But thank you for joining us on Bill and Teague's Excellent Adventure. Be excellent to each other.
Yeah. It's Outlaw Bill. Outlaw Bill.
Welcome. Thank you for joining Outlaw Bill and Teague's Excellent Adventure. On House of the Dragon Knights, it's Excellent Adventure. The bogus journey was over. Season 4 of The Boys was only 8 episodes. Were they longer?
So is House of the Dragon. Everything's doing the 8-episode thing.
I think what happened was people had except
for the new Cobra Kai. They dropped the first 5 episodes, which is great, and they get 5 more in November and 5 more in January, something like that.
I have a theory on this one. If we have 1 minute, it's this: that we did shrinkflation. Yeah. Here's the thing. It's. I think what happened was we came back from a strike, and what happened was we tried to we had to prime the pumps first. There were independent movies being made, so that has to keep happening. Then the people with the money come back, and it's just a dogfight for facilities to do this stuff, and over the people who finish it up, like the CGI people. So we get what we got, which was at first stuff that was mostly finished, and they went back and did more photography, and they gave us longer stuff. And now it's like we've hit the point where these shows are from about a year ago, when you would figure they were starting to burn off the double booked stage houses and double booked effects people and double booked facilities from a really long work stoppage. I think that what happens is we're seeing the effects of this is the last thing that the writers and actor strike did, was it threw them into chaos for 2 seasons, because there's just only so many people qualified enough. Crews are running around, and I think people finally really just had to compromise their visions or go a little shorter. But I will say this: these are fairly long episodes. These are
join us next week for episode 7 of House of the Dragon. Same time, same 2 bat channels. Always be excellent to each other. Speak friend to enter, and party on, dudes.
And hit those like and follow buttons, please. And,
yes,
and we'll see you around the campfire. You're welcome for this wonderful presentation on behalf of my friend Outlaw Bill, who has so generously supplied the feed. Thanks, buddy.
You're welcome. That concludes tonight's episode. Good night, everybody. We're out of here.
Later.